21 News First Warning Weather with Chief Meteorologist Tom Russell.
Well, raise your hand if you're sick of Sandy, huh? We're still under the influence of Sandy. Fortunately, we haven't seen all those high winds. We've just been seeing the drizzle and the gloominess, and that's the case again tonight as we start you out with First Warning Live Doppler HD. And you notice on the upper left-hand side of your screen, you see a little bit of those pinks and those purples, indicating perhaps a little wintry precipitation. Now, we've missed out on that for the most part, but there are areas as you get over towards Somerset and Cambria counties where we have seen several inches of snow here. So yeah, it has definitely been that cold. For us, maybe just a little bit of spotty drizzle. This is all we've seen in the rain gauge today. So less than 1/10 of an inch in most spots, about 1/10 of an inch there in Lebanon. Same with York. So we're still going to have a few little spritzes as we move through the evening, but really just cloudy and chilly. So let's catch you up with the river levels. The Susquehanna and Harrisburg brought down again. Now it looks like we're going to crest around 9 feet tomorrow. So no big deal. Certainly high, but no big deal. As we get into Friday, about to, down to 8 feet. At Sunbury, 14 feet will be our crest tomorrow, then 12.8 on Friday, and the Juniata River at Newport at 11 feet and then 9 feet as we head on into Friday as well. So some improving conditions here. These are some of the rainfall totals that I saw. The most was in Hanover as you got close to that Maryland border. Remember, the heaviest rain was just to our south at about a little over 7.5 inches. Glen Rock at 6.72, and Holtwood and Lancaster County about 6.5 inches. So for certainly impressive rainfall totals, especially for York, Adams, and Lancaster counties and areas to the south. It is Halloween, so let's check out what's happening. First thing to tell you about, a little bit of a west to southwesterly wind. As we talked about, the winds haven't been too bad, but a little bit breezy here in Lancaster out of the west at 12 miles per hour. So here are our temperatures. We are stuck in the mid-40s, so certainly on the chilly side, 43 in Lewistown, 45 in Chambersburg. As we widen things out to see where that cold air is just being funneled in from the west. We showed you this yesterday. There's 39 at State College, 38 in Bradford. And the winds, as far as the state goes, same deal, under that westerly wind. Why? Because the center of our storm has moved off to the north. So around that, kind of think of it like a pinwheel moving here. We have the snow in this higher elevation areas here, but the low itself is moving off to the north and kind of leaving us in the wake of that westerly wind flow. So as we widen things out, you will see more of that cold air as it's diving in and makes this general pattern here. So more of that will continue. In other words, we'll still be under that northwesterly wind flow as that low continue to move off to the north and get away from us, right? Let's get on out of here. So still a little bit gloomy as we move into tomorrow. Still some very chilly air even as the system moves away. And we'll finally see some clearing as we get into Friday and especially the weekend. But in the meantime, we've got a big night, right? Trick or treat night. Hope you're ready for it as we have pretty gloomy conditions, but we'll be okay. Mostly cloudy. Chilly, though. Keep that in mind as we stay in the low 40s through the evening, then eventually down to 38 for our low. Then mostly cloudy. A few more peaks of sunshine, though, tomorrow. 46. It will be breezy in the afternoon. That'll be the case again Friday. So the winds that we haven't really seen will come back tomorrow afternoon and I think Friday afternoon as the system pulls away. So at least improving conditions. How about Saturday? Sunshine and 49. So certainly on the cool side, but nice to have a dry weekend ahead. Sunday, sunshine and 50. Monday, I think we wake up to some showers for the first half of Monday, but keeping it cool all next week. So I think the frustrating thing from me as a forecaster was the fact that we didn't see the winds all week long, which is a fortunate thing as we look back. Yeah. But the thing we did nail was how cold it was going to be on the other side of the storm and continue to be.
Raw out there.
Yeah, it is raw. All right. Thanks, Tom.